I am Malovi Day. I am your English teacher, and you all must have known that your book has changed. So this is your new Gulmohar book, and today I am going to teach the first chapter of this book, and the first chapter's name is Meeting Suzanne. Children, your first chapter is Meeting Suzanne, and it is written by Sir Michael Morpurgo. And I want to say a few lines about the author. Sir Michael Morpurgo is an English author, poet and playwright. He is best known for his novels and stories for children, many of which have been made into films. Between the years 2003 and 2005, he was named Children's Laureate of the United Kingdom. He has won several awards for his work. Now, this was about Sir Michael Morpurgo. So children, before starting the chapter, I want to give you all a brief introduction about this chapter. This chapter is about a young boy whose name is Yannick, who once goes to his uncle's house to spend his summer, and he lives there, and he enjoyed living there, and he helped his uncle to run the village inn also. Now, this story is touching because the speaker is the child protagonist narrating from his point of view. The title is justified because it preserves the suspense that is built around the artist. The theme is that a person is great because of what he is as a person and not because of the name he has made for himself. So this was a brief introduction, and now we shall begin the chapter. Flipping through his mother's book, a young boy named Yannick admires the beauty of the countryside of Provence. Children, Provence is a region in southeastern France famous for its scenery, as painted by the master painter Cézanne. Cézanne was a French painter who was a great influence on many artists of the 20th century. One summer, he gets the chance to go and spend time with his uncle's family who lived there. Yannick soon begins to enjoy his stay, occasionally helping his uncle run the village inn. Now children, village inn. Village inn is a casual dining restaurant. Okay. One day, there is a bustle at the inn. Bustle means a noisy excitement activity or movement. For a famous man, the inn's best customer comes visiting. Who is this man, and why is there such a fuss about his visit? Now children, F-U-S-S, fuss. Fuss means to be worried or excited about small things. So, that evening, my cousin Amandine told me I had to do everything properly because their best customer was coming to dine with some friends. He lived in the chateau in the village. She said was very famous. When I asked what he was famous for, she didn't reply. So children, till now we have learned that Yannick is a small boy, and he gets a chance to spend his summer with his uncle's family who lives in a province, and Yannick soon begins to enjoy his stay, and he also helped his uncle to run the village inn. And one day finally there came their best customer was coming to dine with some friends in that village inn, and his cousin, Yannick's cousin Amandine, told him that told him to set everything properly because he was the man who was coming to dine with his friend was their best customer. And when Yannick asked what was he famous for, Amandine did not reply. Okay, now we will continue. Questions, always questions. She tutted. Tutted means made a sound expressing annoyance. Go and fetch the logs. Whoever he was, he looked like an ordinary man without much hair, but I felt very pleased when the famous man ate one of my creme brulee. Children, creme brulee is a kind of French dessert. Okay, after the man and his guests left, we began to clear the tablecloth. I pulled the paper tablecloth off, scrunched it, and threw it into the fire as usual. Children, scrunched means to crush or squeeze something into a compact mass. So he scrunched it and threw it into the fire as usual. Suddenly, Amandine went rushing past me. For some reason, she grabbed the tongs. Tongs is a device to pick up hot things. Okay, tongs, and tried to pull out the remnants of the burning paper tablecloth. Children, remnants means a piece of something that is left after the rest has gone. So she pulled out the remnants of the burning paper tablecloth, but it was already too late. Then she turned to me. "You fool!" she shouted. "You little fool!" "What?" I said. "That man who just left does a drawing on the tablecloth as a tip for Papa if he likes his meal. You went and threw it in the fire. He is the most famous painter in the world, idiot." She was in tears now. So children, we have read till now. We have read that that man who was the village inn's best customer came, and he ate one of the creme brulee that was made by Yannick, and he was very pleased after eating that. And when the man and his guests left, Yannick began to clear the table, and he pulled off the paper tablecloth and threw it into the fire. And he didn't knew about anything. Amandine came, and she shouted on that little Yannick, and she tried to pull out the remnants of the burning paper tablecloth, but it was already too late. It was all burned. Then she yelled upon Yannick, and she told him that the man who just left was a great painter, was a famous painter of the world, and he painted, if he likes the food, he always draws something on the tablecloth as a tip for her Papa. And she was in tears now. She started crying now. Everyone in the restaurant stopped eating and went silent. Then Uncle Bruno came striding towards us. Children, striding means to walk with long steps. Unlike his jolly self. "What is it?" he asked Amandine. "It was Yannick, Papa," she cried. "He threw it into the fire, the tablecloth, the drawing." "Did you tell him about it, Amandine?" Uncle Bruno asked. "Did Yannick know that he sketches something on the tablecloth and leaves it behind for us?" Amandine looked at me, her cheeks wet with tears. I thought she was going to lie, but she didn't. "No, Papa," she said, lowering her head. "Then you should not blame him, should you, for something that was your fault? Say sorry to Yannick now." She mumbled, but did not raise her eyes. Children, mumble means to speak quietly without opening your mouth properly. So she mumbled it, but did not raise her eyes. Uncle Bruno put his arms around me. "Never mind, Yannick," he said. "He said he particularly likes his creme brulee. You made it, didn't you? So the drawing was for you, really. Always look on the bright side. For a moment, you held a drawing that was made for you by the greatest painter in the world. That's something you will never forget." Later on, as I came out of the bathroom, I heard Amandine crying in her room. I hated to hear her cry. So I knocked on the door and went in. So children, till now we have read that Uncle Bruno came to them, Amandine and Yannick. He asked Amandine what happened, and Yannick told her papa that Amandine told her papa that Yannick has thrown the paper into the fire, the tablecloth, the drawing. But when Uncle Bruno asked Amandine, did you tell him about that man and about his sketches? That he sketches something on the tablecloth and leaves it behind if he likes his meal. Amandine looked, but she didn't lie. She didn't lie. Yannick thought she would lie, but she didn't lie. She told the truth. She mumbled sorry. Then Uncle Bruno asked her to say sorry to Yannick. She mumbled sorry but didn't raise her eyes. She didn't raise her eyes. Then Uncle Bruno told Yannick that the drawing was for you, for Yannick, and that because he had prepared that creme brulee, and the visitor liked it, and so the drawing was for him. And he also told Yannick to look always on the bright side, means to look good things in the bad situations. And for a moment he told that he held a drawing that was made for him, made for Yannick by the greatest painter in the world. That was something that Yannick will never forget. And then later on, Yannick heard Amandine crying in her room, and he did not liked Amandine here crying. Amandine was crying. He didn't like that, and he knocked the door and he went to Amandine. Children, that is all for today. We have read the half of the chapter, and tomorrow I will complete the chapter. Okay, and children, for today you have to learn these words and their meanings. Even on the left side of the pages you have read. See children, these words and their meanings you have to learn by heart them, and this will be your homework for today. Okay.